Hi, people of Wrestling News Radio, and we are starting off our weekly broadcast now. We're going to be talking about Edge, Part 2 probably, the Kennedy situation, the Raw rebound, and just to let you know, we will have the pay-per-view match-by-match coverage of TNA and WWE coming up, WWE Better Than TNA, and TNA, I should say, Victory Road, and now we'll pivot over to that match.
Thanks, Pete, and I'm going to now called the Raw Rebound. And the first match was Unified Tag Team Champions Edge and Chris Jericho defeated Toledo and Primo. And the reason that match took place was because last week's Raw was taped because it was in Australia. Thank you. And and Edge actually got hurt after that match in a house show in San Diego. House show in San Diego, that was SmackDown and ECW. And he got hurt leapfrogging over Jeff Hardy, and he landed wrong, and he ended up having to have surgery, which was successful. And so let's hope that he is back as soon as possible. And our next match, Mickie James and Gail Kim defeated the Divas champion Maurice and Alicia Fox. Mark Henry defeated Cody Rhodes in a countout. Randy Orton defeated Ted DiBiase, Evan Bourne defeated the U.S. champion Kofi Kingston in a non-title match, and Triple H vs. John Cena ended in a double disqualification, which then causes a triple threat match at Night of Champions, Triple H versus John Cena versus the WWE champion Randy Orton. Pete?
Yeah, I want to talk about that too. It seems that, I don't know, all of a sudden John Cena got into this early mix here. I don't see the storyline. I'm sure it's coming. But Jessica was on the cover of the SummerSlam, who was on the cover of that poster. And, the thing is with that is, Triple H and Orton do have a great storyline going on. John Cena and Orton have had their duels in the past. It's just not happening right now, and I'm sure it will. WWE is going to try, I'm sure, to push that, build up. I'm sure Night of Champions is building up for SummerSlam. I don't know why they need to, remember the Bash used to be after Night of Champions. That used to be a pay-per-view building up to SummerSlam, just like Judgment Day is a pay-per-view to build up to Extreme Rules, which I regret we left to. So, those are fun, but, no titles changed here. Just letting you know, there used to be 3 WWE pay-per-views. One was Breaking Point, which is going to be held, September 13th. We are going to Raw September 7th, which is Labor Day. That is the 6 days before that pay-per-view. WWE Hell in a Cell, which is of all Hell in a Cell matches, guess. Or maybe I don't know how they're going to push that. It's kind of like Lockdown, I bet you. I guess we'll do like Lockdown. And then, that's going to be held October 4th. And then they used to have pay-per-view. It's Cyber Sunday right now, which of course is pretty cool because you can vote for everything. But on that day, October 25th, which is Cyber Sunday, that used to be called a pay-per-view that they had on WWE.com. It was called Annihilation. I don't know what they're pushing for here, but, I don't know why they're just deciding to change all their pay-per-views now. Oh, and side note here, also confirmed WWE will not have any, blood matches, so basically the first blood match is done. If you look on WWEClassics.com, which are their classic videos of old matches, the blood they have is censored, and you can look at as a surgery from Dr. James Andrews. The blood parts is black and white, so, PG, taking effect here. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? And I think it's a bad thing. Alright, now moving on to TNA. Now, TNA is rising, I think, in the charts. It's just even better than, if you recognize the old TNA, I don't think it had a point. I mean, there wasn't much championship. I think there were only 2. TNA World Championship and TNA X Division. Now they got 2 more. The Knockout Championship and the Tag Team Championship. what do you think about that, man? Do you think TNA's rising? Do you think it has a chance to win WWE? The way WWE is running right now, do you think TNA has a chance to top them? I know that maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, we said, no, that's not possible. But now WWE's PG and TNA still have those hardcore matches, which people like more. Some people do, most people do prefer that. And, plus, in 90 days, not sooner than 90 days, but they could gain, superstars of Ken Kennedy and maybe even Eddie Fatu, which is Umaga. And if they do that, I could see Kennedy joining the Mafia. Just like Lashley, who is not in TNA anymore, don't get that confused. But do you think, Matt, TNA has a chance of topping WWE in the near future?
If they can keep putting together great weekly shows, and maybe I think if they get enough talent on TNA, they could almost make another weekly show, maybe like on Wednesdays or something, because then that's an open night. Because if you put a wrestling show on a night with a WWE show, I'm probably going to watch a WWE show, unless it's a really bad show, unless something bad happens to WWE and they really have pitiful matches. So I think if you're TNA, and if you get enough talent to where you can evenly distribute it, then I think you almost should make that second show, Pete.
Yeah, I don't see TNA making a second show, because, TNA, they do have talent, but they wrestle. It's a wrestling show. Unlike WWE Raw, if you look at Raw, it's basically promos. Even though I think it is the best show that WWE has, SmackDown's right there. If you ever watch SmackDown and you compare it to Raw, it's right there. And there's no doubt about it. Don't you think that, the question is, don't you think that TNA could be better than WWE in the near future? You just said a second show, but do you think they could be better?
Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. I think that they're gaining a lot of talent, like I said, and this could, in fact, hurt the WWE. But I still think that right now the WWE has the better talent, and they have the better superstars, and they have the big name superstars. No doubt about it. You have Kurt Angle, and that's a big deal.
Talk about that now.
Alright, Pete.
I just want to talk about it. You said Kurt Angle. That name, it's a big name. Probably one of the best wrestlers, if not the best technical wrestler in all of world wrestling entertainment right now. World wrestling. But there have been talks of Kurt Angle going back to WWE, and then, we'll talk about this in part 2. If Kurt Angle goes to WWE, TNA has lost a big amount of their mafia, of the champion, of the superstar. We will see you next time in part 2, and we'll be back.